And we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello, Skikarin. Hello, Zam. Thank you so much for joining us today. You're the first people on the live. Congratulations. Hello. Hello, Spud. I think these are the first times I'm seeing your names in chat, you guys. So I think I'm safe to assume this is your first time tuning into the channel and tuning into one of our live streams. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Julian Coy, hello. YK hello, YK. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please let me know where you guys tuning in from. Right? Would love to know where you guys are from. Sound off in chat. Let me know so I can give you guys a shout out. Uh, THC Kawaii. I'm here for the fifth time. Wow. Thank you so much for tuning in for the fifth time, THC. Really appreciate it. THC's from California. Hello. Uh, Eternosphere is from Texas. Hello, Eternosphere. Jennifer, welcome back to another live. Jennifer from Queens. Hello. Zam is from India. Kratos Sarek is from California. LATV cheese state. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what state is the cheese state. So let me know. I'd love to know. Pals is from Malaysia. Welcome back, Pals. Um, Julian Coy is from Florida. Hello. And Eternus, I'm currently making a yonkoma while watching this too. That's great. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. That's one step. That's one step towards like making your own manga and becoming your own mangaka. So congrats, Eternus. Uh, Ellie, Wisconsin. Okay, the cheese state is Wisconsin. The more you know. Croydon, Indiana. Paul is from Indiana. Hello, Paul. Julian Coy, I'm in the planning stage right now. That's wonderful to know, you guys. It's always nice to hear how far along our viewers are in their manga journey. And we sometimes get comments on our videos, giving us updates on where our are at. And it's always nice to read those and like have a glimpse into how our viewers are faring on their own journeys, you know? So it's always nice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope every single one of you, is having a good day, afternoon, or night, wherever you're tuning in from. And I hope you're excited for today's live because we'll be interviewing an awesome guest today, you guys. If you've ever thought, I want to make manga, but I don't know if I'm good enough yet, then this is the live for you because tonight we're talking to someone who's felt the exact same way just a few months ago, okay? But now she's already made so much progress, even finishing her first manga one shot for a contest in just 1 week. So, are you guys excited? Sound off in the chat, drop a couple of excited emojis, I guess. Let me know if you guys are excited. Julie and Cole, you guys are really helpful in motivating me. That's really nice, Julie. Thank you so much for thank you so much for telling us that. It's always nice to hear that any one of our videos or any one of our content has helped someone, you know. Artists gotta stick together. uh Future manga artist, nice. Super excited, thank you. Maternosphere, LETV, pals, Zam, all right, very excited, everyone's very excited. But before I get into it, I just want to ask, have you guys ever struggled to make manga for months or maybe years? Or have you ever thought you weren't good enough to make manga? Or have you ever thought, oh, I should just give up, or maybe I should just stop because I don't have the time, or maybe you thought, what's the point in trying, right? Sound off in chat. Do you guys, any of you guys relate to this? And maybe like drop a comment, like letting us know what's another struggle that you guys have been struggling with on your journey as aspiring manga artists, because it's like I'm assuming everyone, most of the people in chat are like aspiring manga artists, right? You guys want to make manga yourselves. So what are the struggles you've been having so far? Jennifer struggling, right? Julie, I've been trying different story ideas, but I haven't been able to stick with it. Interesting. That's actually pretty common. A lot of our students struggle with sticking to just one idea and running with it. Yeah. Yes, struggling for 2 to 3 months. 2 years. Okay, pal spent 2 years struggling. For a few years, I've been on and off. All right. That's relatable. A couple of our students have been on and off as well for over the years. Ellie, I wanted to make my own manga for years, but never had the courage to take the leap. Hopefully today we can shift that, help you like move on from that mindset, Ellie. All right, because as long as you have the passion for it, there's always the you could always go for it, right? I just want to feel more motivated, and I also feel confused and overwhelmed on Clip Studio Paint. Oh, future manga artist. Okay, is this your first time? Have you ever drawn digitally before since you're overwhelmed by Clip Studio Paint? Zam, unstable story. All right. I used to have imposter syndrome creeps up after a while too, especially if you feel like you're making strides in your project or career. Yeah, imposter syndrome is pretty common. I feel that. JJB wanting to draw but can't bring yourself to do it. Yeah. All right. YK, I've published, I believe, 3 mangas, but right now I'm focusing on making something that can gain an audience. Wow. YK, like self-published then. That's nice. And Julie, I'm thinking of doing a small story and then expanding on it. If it's popular, I want to. Nice. That's very nice. All right, you guys. A lot of people seem to relate in chat, right? So clearly, a lot of this has hit home for a lot of you guys. But again, just a reminder, you guys aren't alone. And today you're going to be meeting someone who knows exactly what you're going through and what you guys are feeling. So, yeah, today we'll be speaking with our student Shereice. And Shereice didn't come from art school. She's not a full-time artist and she works a full-time job. She has a day job. And just a few months ago, she was struggling to make manga and give her manga that professional manga feel, right? So she's made manga before, but she told us that she'd struggled to make it look like manga. There was like that missing je ne sais quoi that made manga, right? So now Shereice has completed multiple manga one-shots and submitted to manga contests, including the Silent Manga Audition, and even finished an entire manga one-shot in just 1 week. And that's just in a couple of months since joining us this year, right? And tonight we're sitting down with the one and only Sheriece, a student of our online one-shot manga drawing program, okay? And we'll be diving into her journey of how she battled self-doubt and what really helped her finally start turning her wild story ideas into finished pages, okay? And if you're watching live, you'll get to ask your questions too, so please make sure to stick around and stay until the end for the Q&A, and also to find out how you can work with pro Japanese manga artists yourself. All right, now without further ado, let's bring in Shereice. Hello, Shereice. Could you say hi to our audience real quick?
Hello.
Hi, Shereice. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for spending time with us today and with our lovely audience. So it's really great having you. So could you quickly introduce yourself? Like, how old are you and what do you do for a living?
Hi, I'm Shereice. I work as a busser at a diner, and I like to draw and make manga.
All right. So, speaking of manga, like you love making manga, then what's the first thing that got you interested in making manga then?
I want to say it was definitely back in 2020 when we had, the pandemic. So I thought to myself, might as well make a practice manga just to see if I can do it. I mean, well, technically I made like 2 comics as a kid, but like what really stuck with me was, like 2020 when all of us were in lockdown and I didn't have anything to do and I couldn't go to work. So it stuck then, so I decided to keep making practice manga, and so far I enjoy it, and I think it'd be a good career choice.
Oh, right. And I see the Lucha. Is that a Lucha Libre mask? Like one of our
Yep,
audience asked. All right.
yep.
Cool, cool, cool. So before joining the program then, like you say that you love making manga and like you've always been interested in manga. So what were some of your biggest struggles when it came to like drawing manga by yourself and like just coming up with stories?
It was definitely writing how to do the story. So, like, I could see it in my head, but the pacing can come out a whole lot different, if not very clear. And same with drawing environments, because that's a lot of detail work. I mean, characters themselves aren't so bad, at least for me, but it's
Mm.
really the storytelling and the drawing the environments and making them look consistent if they're in the same place, and adding that manga flair to it is what makes it difficult.
So who are your inspirations, if I may ask, like manga inspirations?
So far, it's definitely the late great rest his soul Akira Toriyama,
Mm.
and I feel like I should know their names right now, and I'm sorry, but
You
so
can
I'm
just say
just
the
gonna,
manga. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, the artist for Yu Yu Hakusho and Ramna One Half right now.
Okay, okay, that's nice. So classic manga artist then. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So what made like knowing all your struggles then, what made you decide to join our program then?
Because I figured you guys could help me keep accountable and to keep going, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't trust myself. I'm not going to get stuff done. So I need, mentors, and um my friends would say your art looks good. I was like, you sure? I need a second opinion. So you guys have pros that can help me with that, and they definitely let me know what I could work on. So it helps a lot that you guys offer so much help in this program, and I'm very thankful for it.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. So, have you been a follow? Like, how did you find the program? If you don't mind me asking, like, did you see it in one of our videos, or were you following the channel?
I followed a YouTuber, Kusanagi, and
Ooh.
he talked about it, and I was like, okay, I'll see what this is about. And I went to you guys' YouTube channel. I was like, where was this when I was in high school?
All right. All right, that's cool. Kusanagi is really cool, honestly. If you guys have time, you could check out our interview with Kusanagi on the channel. We also
Mm-hmm.
have an interview with him that we had like last year, a couple of months ago. So you can check that out. Kusanagi is like a foreign mangaka who's based in Japan. But yeah, they're not like fluent in Japanese and they're not like Japanese themselves, but they've been published in Japan, So you could check that out. It's pretty cool. So yeah, now you joined us, Shereice. You joined us last January, and in just a month, you've already made so much progress. I mean, completing multiple yonkomas, one-page one-shots, a two-page manga, four-page manga, and now your storyboards for the Meribang manga contest, right? So how does it feel to have come so far and see your manga ideas turn into actual pages?
It feels a lot better, and I've noticed the difference in, strive than what I had. And it's just, nice to keep going, because I know that if I quit or just don't keep working on it, I'll regret it. So it's a good thing I'm moving forward.
All right. So, how do you feel about your progress so far? You joined us back in January, and I think it's been 5 months since, more or less 5 months since. How do you feel so far then?
I feel really good, and I feel like I'm keeping myself, busy and accountable with all the cool like stuff you guys give me to work on. And there's always something to work on. You're not like sitting on your hands and knees like wondering when's the next homework.
Okay, so you've definitely been keeping busy, and I've noticed as well that you've been pretty much staying on top of the homeworks, and even making some stuff on the side, like making yonkumas on the side, and like having to making like spreads as well, and working on your storyboards. So you've definitely been keeping busy, and it's really nice seeing your progress so far. And yeah, you even joined the Silent Manga Audition, right? You finished and
Mm-hmm.
submitted your. You say you finished and submitted your one shot manga for this for SMA in just 1 week. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, 1 week. That's that's kind of unheard of. I think that's the shortest amount of time any one of our students is prepared for the SMA. So what was that like? What was your process like? And was it easy? Was it hard?
So I'll just say this: my advice to you: don't wing it, because this was last minute. I had no storyboards on hand. I just thought of an easy subject for the theme, and I thought of two cats, and it was definitely interesting. Like, because I had to like stay up and work on pages, drawing on my phone, and oh boy, I had such a hard time with the file because I stayed up till 4 in the morning and I had work that day, but I got it submitted. So it was quite the patience
Mm,
experience.
mm-mm. So no, like you were cramming, right? So why did you feel like you had to submit then, if with the short amount of time that you had to prepare?
When you go in this, from what I've learned from professionals, like when you decide to go in this line of work, deadlines are deadlines no matter what.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to stay up and cram and cram. Like, if you want it, you gotta put like in the effort and make small sacrifices. It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
So like why join a is this your first time joining a contest? Was this your first time?
Manga contest, yes, but I've
Yeah.
joined the Many Bang art contest.
Okay. So this is your first manga contest. Then why now? Why did you decide, okay, I'm gonna join this contest? Like, what pushed you, basically? What motivated you?
Well, since I'm 29 now, I've wasted most of my 20s like not pursuing what I feel like I'm meant to do. So I feel like I have a lot of time to make up for it in whatever contests, homework, or whatever I can work on. I want to do it. That way I could hopefully, achieve my goals in getting a career, because sitting around not doing anything is not going to get me anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. So you felt like now or never, right? It's now or never. And if I don't do it, then I'm never going to do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in chat relate to that. Eternosphere says that they relate to that so hard. So yeah, what's great is that you took action and you decided like, okay, enough is enough. I'm just gonna do it. Did you? I don't know. Did you go into it thinking that I need to do my best, I want a place, or what was your goal joining, basically?
I figured as long as it stuck to the theme, and as long as, the judges could read what was going on and it was funny, that's all that mattered, since it was my first entry. But I hope to place, or at least get honorable mention.
Okay. So when you finished your submission, when you finally submitted it, how did you feel? Were you satisfied, or did you feel like, oh, I could have done better?
I was definitely more satisfied than feeling I could do better. Though yes, there's a lot to improve, but I kept up my promise and I made it before the deadline, and I
Yeah.
was very tired.
Yeah. What matters is that you made it, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I looked through your SMA submission, and this is just a snippet, you guys. What's on screen, it's just a snippet of her SMA submission. And I was like, wow, okay. Like, it's a simple premise, but it's perfect for a one shot, right? Just two cats just beefing with each other, as cats do. And it was really fun to read through. And like looking at your art, it's really like comedic, right? and it's really it reminds me of like Tom and Jerry, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it was pretty fun to read. So yeah, hopefully, like, do you plan on like sharing it anytime soon, or have you shared it on your socials or on your art pages?
I feel like I should have because it's too funny not to.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. You guys can check out like Shereice's pages and look out for that and read it yourself. It's really fun. So yeah, what's it like getting feedback then directly from pro mangakas? I think like when you, I'm not sure if if you got feedback on your SMA submission. I'm not sure about that, but for your future one shots and for your future like manga spreads, like I'm sure you've been getting feedback from our mentors and from our coaches as well. And what's it like getting that kind of mentorship so far?
It feels nice because you're actually having a professional tell you what you actually need to work on in like detail, and like they go like panel to panel and character, and Jackson says tangent and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Jackson hates tangents, so yeah. So yeah, go on.
And me personally, I kind of get my Goku moment on because like when I first got my critique, I was like, rip it apart, show me your power level, and boy did they.
So, can you like walk us through one specific lesson or maybe feedback that really clicked for you and really helped you like improve?
Okay, so like for this one, I think it was Yao Nazawa or Renaissance that critiqued this. They said like the layout was good and they could read what was going on. It's just for some reason I have a hard time with speech bubble sizes and texts. Like they're never the same. And the other
Mm,
mentors, told me that. And Jackson told me to put like capital H's at each bottom to like help with that, and also
yeah,
like research lettering. And I still need to do that. I haven't
yeah.
done it yet.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what Jackson's advice was, to basically, if you have a speech bubble, right, you put like capital H's around the speech bubble just to like set up a margin, I guess, just so you know, okay, your text isn't supposed to like go beyond these H's or go beyond this like margin in your speech bubble. So yeah, that's a pro tip for you guys. So yeah, okay. Now, what's it been like being part of a community of aspiring mangakas from all over the world then?
It's fun, especially seeing their work. Like Steven, I just love his mouse character, and I drew a fan art.
So, how have they been supporting you? You feel? Do you feel like they've been supporting you on your manga journey? Like, um, what do you think has been like the biggest advantage of having this community?
They also like help with critiques if I'm missing anything. Like if because I know like the mentors themselves are a bit too busy with other stuff, so it's just nice to have the students who have been here a bit longer to like help you, or they'll help you brainstorm or give suggestions, and I listen to them. And one gave me a suggestion because I have to redo my storyboard because it's too long for the many bang. So they gave me a cool idea, so I'm going to put that into play. So it's just nice to be surrounded with other artists that can not only help, but, support you and give you like hints or, you know, advice.
Mm. And I'm sure you also give advice as well, right? I'm sure you've already made a couple of friends in the community and you guys are just like supporting each other and really motivating each other to keep going. I think that's a big advantage of having a community of other artists who are going through the same thing as you or wanting to achieve the same goal as you, right? That okay, we want to make manga, we want to take this seriously, so um I'm gonna work hard and hopefully I'm able to influence like my fellow students into working hard as well, you know. So it's all about like that positive influence and like positive reinforcement in the community, right? So we're keeping each other going, so to speak. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I hope that's always nice to have that sort of community keeping you accountable. right? Okay,
Mhm.
so looking back to January, then earlier this year, how do you think your skills and mindset have changed since starting the program?
They definitely changed for the better because let's face it, I would have not done all of this if I weren't in the program.
Uh-huh.
I mean, not saying I wouldn't, but I feel like, having a nice place that can help me like really get my creative brain going, it helps to have that space. And I feel like I've made a lot of progress. And I'm still going with progress, so I hope to continue.
Mm. So, any particular, like technical wise, what technical skills do you feel like you've gained from the program that, or have improved, I guess, since joining the program?
Mm, so far, a little bit. I've been working on my speech bubble sizes and
Lettering.
like, yeah, lettering and uh, like help to keep my story, readable and keep things consistent to where it's not all over the place. Oh, and panel layouts or like how
Mm.
to place stuff in the panels that way where the reader knows where to read and it's just not.
So panel flow, you mean?
Mm,
Right, right.
yeah.
So was that something that you'd never considered before? Like when you were making manga yourself, like had you ever considered these types of things like lettering or panel flow and all of that? Or is this something that you just realize after working with these like mentors?
I feel like it was with both, but as a kid, I didn't get the luxury of reading, manga and comic books. So now that I'm reading them more and I have my own money, I can like, study and also have like students help me with that as well as the mentors. So it's a slow progress, but I'm getting there.
Mm. Speaking of manga, like what have you been reading then? If you don't mind me asking.
Uh, so far I've read um, The Sword Master. That's a Marvel comic, and I have
Ooh.
Peach Momo. I have
Oh,
her X-Men. I love her art, and I have Yu Yu Hakusho and one volume of original Dragon Ball, and I hope to get the Dungeon Meshi manga box set so I can.
ooh.
So quite a bit of stuff, and also Spider-Man comics because I like Spidey.
Mm. Mm. Okay, okay. I see that. I noticed that. All right. So you're wearing a Lucha Libre mask, right? So I noticed I noticed that a lot of your manga, a lot of your homework even revolve around Lucha Libre, right? So why do you feel so passionate about Lucha Libre? And well, yeah, just that. Why do you feel so passionate about Lucha Libre? And why is your work revolving around that?
Because I've been watching it quite a bit. Same with Japanese wrestling. Like so much like they go all out. They will beat the crap out of you compared to WWE and like their move sets and like the funny stuff that they do or the a lot of bloodshed. Yeah. It's just like
Mm.
very interesting to see and also like the masks, the outfits, everything about Lucha Libre is just fun. And I figure
Mm.
since I know that pretty well, I feel like might as well make a manga about it. Or at least, being that small minority that makes manga about it, like Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Liger,
Mm.
I think, had one. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm not familiar with the wrestling genre in manga if there even is one. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Like having like a manga centered around like lucha libre or being lucha libre inspired, right? And so far
Mm-hmm.
looking at your manga so far they've been great, right? They're really fun to read. Sorry, I think your mic um has been rattling a bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was I still good? Could you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Oh,
you're
okay.
fine. You're fine now.
Okay.
You're fine now. You're fine now. I think if you move around too much, it
Oh.
the rattles become too. All right, there. All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. So considering your passion for Lucha Libre, then what kind of message do you want to tell through your manga, through your stories?
Ooh. Uh, there is like a, small message, but hopefully no Federation comes after me for saying this. Like, backstage politics, or
Mhm.
like favoring one wrestler. I mean, I get it, selling over, but sometimes it feels like, you know, or like, let me put it differently. How do I word this?
Just the drama that goes on, and
Yeah, the drama that goes
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, and it's pretty interesting. Like, I mean, it's professional wrestling, but it's performative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a performance, and of course it's not. Would you consider? I'm not sure if since it's performative, it's I kind of think of it as like, all right, there's not much stakes in it, since like technically, like it's not like they're there to really who's the strongest wrestler, who's the best wrestler. I think it's more of who's the most entertaining wrestler. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
There's like
yeah,
one, but I won't go into detail about that because I know like there might
yeah.
be some wrestling fans that I don't want to get attacked right now. So
Oh, okay, okay. Of course you're gonna have your favorites, right? You're gonna have your favorites.
yeah.
So you feel like that world, the drama that goes on in that world is pretty interesting, right? All
Mm-hmm.
right. All right. So would it be fair to say that you gravitate towards like action? Action manga with like a lot of drama, a lot of action, a lot of like bombastic scenes that are really just like, yeah, action basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, 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 yeah.
Like
I mean,
this. Oh,
considering
sorry.
you like Dragon Ball and you like Spider Man, I feel like there's a pattern here where you really like you like superheroes, you like
Mm-hmm.
wrestlers, and they all have a flair to them, right? They're all in costumes and all of that spandex.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. All right. So, but overall, like, what would you say is like your goal as a mangaka? Like, what types of stories do you want to tell? It's just, oh, I just want to tell lucha libre stories, or is there like a larger goal here?
The Lucha Libre one, I definitely want to tell, but there's also like I want to try my hand at fantasy if I could,
Mm.
and like
Mm-mm.
maybe romantic comedies.
Okay, okay. I didn't expect romantic comedies. Oh, so you're into romantic comedies then?
A little bit, yeah. I feel like I can maybe pull one off pretty well, but I have to like do research on shojo and Brahmana one half to pull it off.
Yeah, because so far I feel like your style is shonen, leaning more towards shonen, because like I feel like a lot of your stuff, since it's like lucha libre, it's really focused on like action and the action scenes. And yeah, shoujo is another thing, because I feel like shoujo is a bit like more slow paced, right? And
Mhm.
it's like you said, like a bit more romantic. So yeah. All right, sorry. THC asks, please stop making your mic pop. It hurts. Oh my goodness. I think if you don't like move around I think you need to adjust your headset. Yeah.
Is
Okay.
that better,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kawaii?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's better. All right. So I think it's because like if you move your mic around too much, the inside of it rattles, I think. So
Mm,
yeah, I think that could be. Okay. So yeah. All right. Now let's move on. Okay. Hopefully the mic is gonna I hope the mic is gonna be okay from here on in. All right. Now, what's something that you're most proud of in your manga journey so far?
definitely the nonstop progress and brainstorming.
Mm. So, can you elaborate on that?
Oh, sorry. Uh, Like just to see like what new stories or like the continuation of the Lucha Libre thing I can do, because like I work a lot on character designs, and I need to like definitely get to going on the background designs and learn how to do panel layouts and stuff.
Hmm. How about with like coming up with ideas? Like, how do you feel like your process has changed from before and to now? Like, it has coming up with ideas been easier for you, or are you just like bursting with ideas now, or whereas you were struggling back then? Like, what's like the difference?
I feel like it's both, because like I haven't done it before, but now I'm starting to, write scripts for it, and it helps a lot. It really does. Because
Mm,
before then I didn't.
ooh, you didn't write scripts, or you didn't storyboard as well, right?
No, not really.
No. Okay, so now you've been storyboarding, right? I've definitely seen like your storyboards being posted in the program. How do you feel like has storyboarding helped you at all?
Oh yeah, it definitely does. Keeps me on track, and so I can have a visual layout to see what the next chapter or, you know, practice yonkamas are going to look like, especially for the
Mm.
LTDM verse manga thing.
Mm, 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 mm. So, what do you think? How does storyboarding help you? I guess like, could you get a bit into it, and like, how has storyboarding helped you? I know it says like planning out the final
Hmm.
page and all of that, but when it comes to like editing stuff, how has that helped? Like revising your panels, or like, oh, I need to change this because the mentor said this, or I think this looks better, so I need to change this. Like, how has that helped your process?
It helped a lot because before I had to scrap the storyboards to make new ones, I could see the where the problem lies in the first two. So to constantly keep up with, storyboarding, I can see a major difference in pacing and like
Mm.
camera layouts. I haven't taken film, but just yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. So you've been experimenting with camera angles basically through storyboarding. Like, a scene could look better in this angle, it would look better in a different angle and all of that. So you could, with storyboarding, you could just like have the freedom to change things, right? Because it's not final
Hmm.
yet. It's because it's literally the storyboard, so you can change as much as you want. So yeah. And I noticed that you storyboard in like 2-page spreads. So
Hmm.
how did that come about? Like, where did you learn that? Or have you always done that?
Oh, I've never done it. Like I learned it in this program, and I was like, so that's how they do it. I
how
would
do you
just
how do you think that's helped? Like, what's the difference if you were like storyboarding just 1 page, and as opposed to like storyboarding in 2-page spreads?
It saves like time because you can work on both pages at the same time without having to like upload another file or waste paper.
Mm. How about like flow wise? How do you feel like that's helped?
Oh, it definitely helps because like once you're finished with the right side and the left side, you can see like, yeah, that's how you do it. You can like read the flow and make sure everything's accordingly how it's supposed to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, and that's actually something Jackson, Yazawa sensei, and Rena sensei always preach. Always storyboard in 2-page spreads. That way you know, okay, is the flow right? Because like, if you consider the last panel in your first page of your 2-page spread, it has to make sense, and it has to, I don't know, entice readers to move to the next page, to the next panel, right? That's also a tip, that you need to know, especially if you're storyboarding, is you have to consider the whole spread, not just consider it page by page. And it's also important to consider, okay, what's the first panel of my first page gonna look like, and what's the last panel of my last page gonna look like, and is this gonna entice people to turn the page and make people want to read more, like, is it a page turner? So being able to storyboard in 2 page spreads is definitely going to help you guys with that, and help you guys like come up with a manga that actually makes people turn the page, right? So that's
Mhm.
important. So yeah, now what do you think is your next goal as a mangaka, Shereice?
Definitely like work on my two, well, like I want to say like trial like Lucha Libre manga before I move on to the big one because I don't want that dead on arrival.
Mm.
And working on just the LTDM verse one and see what other stuff lies for me and just keep working at it.
Mm. So do you ever want to publish? Like even just self-publish?
Oh yeah, I definitely do because I have stuff to say and show.
Mm. All right. So far, do you feel like you're closer to that goal? Do you feel like you're closer to wanting to publish or wanting to self-publish? Or do you feel like, oh, I still need to practice more. I still got a long ways to go. Like where do you feel like you're at?
I definitely feel like I have a bit more to practice, but I feel like because I'm also like doing my like research and homework like on my own time, and sometimes my homework takes a back seat because I feel like if I want to publish something, I want it to be good. So I definitely want to hold off, but I feel like hopefully it's soon.
Hmm. I feel like you're ready. I feel no, 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 no. Sorry, I don't want to pressure you, but I feel like yeah, it's definitely soon. I definitely agree. You're definitely gonna be ready to like just put your work out there soon. I feel like you have been posting snippets of your work on your socials, right? So I feel like it's just a matter of okay, I need to uh, put out a full work at some
Hmm.
point, and just let other people read it. Because have has anyone else read any of your manga before, aside from like the people in the program or aside from your mentors? Do you have like friends or like mutuals who've read any of your work before?
I think like very few people and my
Mm,
coworkers because like I do draw comics and
yeah.
I'm not going to show them here because there's a lot of cursing and stuff in it and I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay, so you've had like shown your work to a few people then. All
Hmm.
right. So I think is it fair to say this is one of the few times that we've actually shown like your work to people outside of this community, outside of the program, and outside of like your personal friends and your personal acquaintances? Because like we're showing your work like to a live audience right now. So
Yep.
yeah. So how does that feel then? All right.
It feels nice because they can see what kind of like stuff that happens in the program. Exaggerated, but yeah, this is us in the program. So this whole
Yeah, yeah. This is, if you guys don't know, this is like a comic Sheriece made about what goes on in the program. So these two, there's Sheriece and there's a couple of characters that are our students. She drew a couple of our students as characters in this comic. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's a cool. It's like a mini series that she has going on. I think you called it
Hmm.
LTDM verse, right?
Yeah, it's for the program, and that's Coach Karen.
Yeah, so it's basically a mini series about like the coaches, the students, and what goes on, the hijinks that everyone goes through in the
Hmm.
program. So yeah, it's pretty fun. So if you want to read it, join the program.
Yep.
If you want to read like Shereice's like mini comic series about learn to draw manga about the program, it's only available I think in the program as far as I know. So yeah, if you want to read it, then join. Wink, wink. All
Yep.
right, all right, all right. So I guess last question then before we move on to like the Q&A, right?
Okay.
What would be your biggest piece of advice for anyone wanting to become a mangaka or anyone who's struggling to become an aspiring manga artist?
I'm gonna lean forward and get serious.
Mm-mm.
So, okay. Please, please be kinder to yourself. Do not waste away your life. Especially like if you're young, please, please just work on your skills, acquire them. Like me, I'm gonna be truthful. I'm feeling the consequences of my own actions for, not taking my art skills, that seriously. Because I feel like if I did, I'd have a career right now. So please don't be shackled. Don't, hold yourself back because you'll feel like a ghost stuck in limbo. You'll feel mentally, emotionally dead. You feel like your soul's been sucked out of you and you'll feel miserable. And you'll have like a lot of self loathing and hate and a lot of hidden anger that you don't tell your friends and coworkers about. And then, like, one day you lash out at work. So please, please, if you're interested in being an artist or making a manga, please just try to do it. No, do it. If you don't, I will go to each and every one of your houses and 619 all of you. So
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Oh my goodness. So no pressure. Okay, clearly no pressure.
No pressure.
Okay, so no, you guys, she's kidding. So basically just go for it, right? Be kinder to yourself, but I know it's easier said than done. Being kinder to yourself, it's easier said than done, but I think at the end of the day, if making manga is something that you truly love and it's something that you're truly passionate about to the point where you feel like, okay, I just can't picture myself not drawing and not making manga, then that tells you, okay, that's something that you love and it's something you're pretty serious about. Then make time for it. If you love something enough, you're gonna make time for it, right? That's advice that you can apply to any aspect in life, into your love life or to whatever. But yeah, if you love something enough, if you're passionate about something enough, then you're gonna make time for it. Yes, Shereice.
Okay, I figured I had to raise my hand so I wouldn't talk over you.
Yeah, go
And
ahead.
another thing, like, I know social media has a play in it because there's a lot of talented artists. Like, I get it, guys. Like, I'm also jealous of them, but it's not going to stop me because I know I want to be in the same position. But I know sometimes you can't but help feel like you're not good enough. But someone told me that I have to stop because it's not going to do anything for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's Cherise, I think your mic, I think if you touch the wire, I think it also makes it pop.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fine, it's fine. I think if you just like avoid the wire from now on, you're good. You're good. Yeah. So yeah, comparing yourself is also something that a lot of beginners struggle with, right? It's not really no use comparing yourself to other artists on social media. I mean, I wouldn't say that you should avoid social media altogether. I think
Mm-mm.
you can always find inspiration from other artists as long as you get rid of the mindset that, oh, they're better than me. Oh, what's the point? They're better than me. I really shouldn't try anyways because there's so many people that are better than me. No, if you switch your mindset, it's a matter of perspective, right? If you switch your mindset and you think, instead of thinking, oh, they're better than me, I shouldn't even bother, think of, oh, they're better than me, I should learn from them. I should take a lesson from these artists, and I should, like, instead of putting myself down, I should take inspiration. All right, I should take inspiration. I could learn from them, and how did they make their manga? How did they make their art? Right. So I think if you manage to switch your mindset like that, you can build motivation, and you could also get rid of that self doubt a bit more, right? So yeah, Thank you so much, Sheriece. And if you guys didn't know already, or if you haven't been following the interview so far, Sheriece is actually one of the students in our one-shot manga drawing program. All right. So we have a program. Yes, we have a program. And it's a program dedicated to teaching you guys everything you need to know how to make and finish your first one-shot manga. Because if you didn't know, in the manga industry, every pro mangaka got their start with making one shots. All right. Think of your favorite, the biggest series in manga: One Piece, Death Note, Dragon Ball. They all started by making one shots. And yeah, that's a vital first step in every aspiring mangaka's journey, is making their first one shot. And that's what we're here to do in the program. We're here to help you make and finish your first one shot and teach you how to do it with the guidance of pro mentors and pro mangakas in the industry. All right. So our goal is to empower more aspiring manga artists, and we've been working with students like Shereice through our online one-shot manga drawing program membership these past few months, and you've all gotten to know Sheriece and their progress in the 5 months since joining the course. And here's what the rest of our students in the program also had to say about their experience. So first up, we have Miriam. Miriam joined us about a year ago, and before joining us, she'd been drawing as a hobby, but since rediscovering her love for manga, she actually kickstarted her journey again to making her manga, and her skills have improved so much, right? And this is what she had to say. I'm incredibly happy to be part of LTDM because it's super well rounded. The teachers are amazing, the coaches are amazing, and the students are amazing. And I used to go to college for 3D animation and learn how to draw. Used to go to class every day and draw everything, but I've never progressed more than right now in the program. All right. And we also have our student Garrett. Now, Garrett joined us, I think, 2023, late 2023. And his goal was to finally be able to tell a story through manga. And he already had the story in mind, right? He already had his story in his head, but he struggled with actually drawing it out and putting it on paper and actually drawing it as a manga. So now, since he's joined our course, he's actually worked towards being finishing it and making it into a manga, right? And this is what he had to say about the course. I feel like I've improved. Oh, sorry. Being in this community has helped me speedrun my progress. I'm thankful for the support and encouragement of my coaches and peers, and I wouldn't have made this far without them. All right. And one more, we have Eduardo. Now, Eduardo is one of our students who's actually had experience participating in manga competitions before. He joined SMA before, and after getting feedback from the SMA judges and from the SMA like editors, I think, he decided to work more on his skills, which led him to join our program, right? And he worked on his storyboards back in June of 2024. 5 months later, he finished his first one shot and he put it up on Manga Plus creators, which you can check out after this, maybe if you have the time. But yeah, this is what he had to say. I reached a new level of detail and characterization, learned more about backgrounds and how to be more creative about doing things against a deadline. And the mentors always give way better feedback to my works than I would, and they genuinely want us to do a good job. Okay, so you guys, you've seen our students' results, you read how happy they are with the community and guidance from our mentors. So now the question is, do you guys want in? Do you want in? Do you want to make manga like our students, like Shereice, and you want guidance on top of it? Type I want in the chat if this is something that you feel like is for you and is something you feel like you want for yourself, right? Okay, Julie says, I want in. Okay, John says, just started learning how to draw manga. I really appreciate these types of videos. Discord server would be awesome. Thank you so much, John. It's really nice to know that our videos have helped people like you, aspiring manga artists like you. So yeah, and Discord server, we currently have a Discord server for students only. So yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a Discord server for just our subscribers. That's what our community page is for. But Yeah. Fortunately, it's just we only have a Discord server for students. All right. Um, Julie Watson, Ellie Watson, Zam Watson, um, Mangaka Watson, Eternosphere Watson, Yanfei. Yanfei! Is that a Genshin reference? Sorry. Uh, just outed myself as a Genshin fan. All right. Why not for who else? All right. Anyone else wants in? Sorry, I had to moderate the chat for a bit because there was a couple of like unsavory people in chat. Sorry about that, you guys. All right. Is the program expensive? I want to know if I can afford it. Yeah, it's gonna cost you. It's a paid program. So yeah, that's why you could check out the website learntodrawmanga.com if you want to learn more about the program. But if you want to learn more about the price, that's what our consultation calls are for, right? All right. Wait, you can check out. I'm gonna send the link to the website, you guys. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out there. Goku, it's okay. It's the internet. I'm used to it. Yeah. Yeah. Some people aren't nice, you guys. All right. So to the people who want in, okay, if you want to make your time doing art more meaningful and more productive, then our one-shot manga drawing program is for you. Okay, we're on a mission to accelerate your growth all while having fun, learning together, and you will have amazing pro mangaka mentors to guide you. Okay, so first up, we have our mentor Yazawa Sensei. Now, Yazawa is a professional Japanese manga artist with over 30 years of experience in the Japanese manga industry. And she's the illustrator of the iconic manga turned anime known as Wedding Peach. Wedding Peach was actually a 90s magical girl anime back in the day. So if you're fond of magical girl animes, then you might have heard of Wedding Peach. And yeah, Yuzawa Sensei has authored her own how to draw manga books and teaches at a manga school in Tokyo, Japan. All right, and we also have Rena Sensei. Rena Saya is a Tokyo based professional Japanese mangaka with over 20 years of experience in the Japanese manga industry. And she's a manga author who's worked on 12 books with the Japanese manga publisher Shogakukan. And she's currently a freelance manga artist. And she also teaches at a manga school in Tokyo, Japan. And we also have Steph Pastrano, who's a pro webtoon artist, and he's an illustrator known for his amazing anime and manga fan art, and is currently a freelance artist, and he's the artist of his own ongoing webtoon as well. And lastly, we also have Art Crumbs, who is an American manga artist and Viz Originals creator. Now, Art Crumbs has worked with Viz Media and former Weekly Shonen Jump editor Hisashi Sasaki to publish their Viz Originals one-shot, Onami. And they've also been a panelist and resident artist for companies like Ego Manga, Wacom, Clip Studio, and they've also spoken at conventions like San Diego Comic Con, Anime Expo, and New York Comic Con. And yeah, Art Crumbs has an ongoing manga series called God's Bane that's being released on Global Comics. All right. Now, you guys, we're not just taking in anyone, okay? We want to work with aspiring manga artists who want to be empowered. So, this program is for you if you're at least 18 years old and comfortable writing and speaking English. You're a beginner who wants to learn how to draw manga and start telling your own stories, and you have a passion for manga and dream of getting published or winning contests with your original artwork. And finally, you're seeking confidence and a supportive community to share your art and grow as a manga artist. Now, if this sounds like you, then I definitely encourage you and invite you to apply and join our one-shot manga drawing program. Okay, we only accept applicants for 18 years old and above. So if this sounds like you, if this criteria fits you, then this is it. This is the moment of truth. Apply now using Shereice's link. So I'm gonna go ahead and send Shereice's link in the description. So if you want to book a free call with us to learn more about the program, the pricing, and all of that, then please feel free to fill out the application. All right, take this chance right now to book a call with us and to figure out how you can work with our pro mangaka mentors and also take your first steps to creating a one-shot manga that you feel proud of. Okay, so you can book a call with us through the link, and I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to go through that. And yeah, let me know if you've applied. Let me know. I'd love to know if you've applied to the program. Let me know. I'll give you a shout out. Okay, so for anyone who wants to join our students like Sheriece in their manga journey, achieving milestones you haven't reached yet, and finally start making your own manga because it's now or never, right? No time like the present, then click that link. Now, in the meantime, we'll be opening the floor to questions from our audience. So if you have a question for us for about the program, or if you have questions for Shereice, feel free to send them in chat, you guys. So yeah, now is the time for the Q&A. All right, we have a question from THC. Will we be having another manga contest soon? Yes, in fact, THC, we will be having another manga contest soon. It's not a contest. It's more so like we'll be accepting one-shot submissions as early as next week because we're going to be having Yazawa Sensei critique the 4 chosen one-shots live on the channel in July. So we will be opening submissions again for manga one-shots for our mentors to critique live. So last time it was Art Crumbs, it was Yazawa Sensei, and this Art Crumbs, this time it's going to be Yazawa Sensei who's going to critique one-shots live on the channel. So we'll be opening submissions for that next week. So make sure to look out for that. All right. So any questions for Shereice? Mangaka Say asks, can we make a Discord server for subs? I mean, you guys feel free to do it. I think I don't think we have the bandwidth to create another server for you guys, but if you guys just want to come together and make your own server, that's totally fine. THC, please announce it ASAP because last time I only knew 3 days before the contest submissions were due. I was on a break. Okay, THC, to avoid that, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you're notified right away as soon as announcements for these types of sessions go up, right? So yeah, definitely like turn on notifications for the channel so that you know right away. All right, future manga artists, asks Shereice. Will it get better at learning keyboard shortcut? I think that's a bit unrelated to the topic at hand, future manga artist, sorry. So let's move on to the question from Eternosphere. Eternosphere asks, what made you choose creating a manga over a graphic novel or a comic book, and do you feel connected to manga as opposed to comics, Shereice?
Okay, before I start, guys, is my mic good? There's no popping?
Yeah, as long as you don't move, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna keep very, very still because I feel so bad. I'm Goku attorney in the chat, so I was like, I'm sorry. So
yeah, you're good now. You're good now.
Okay. I guess because like with manga, you're able to like be more creative, or at least I think so. But I'm not against, trying my hand at graphic novel or comics. But like I feel like I'm not at the graphic novel skill set yet, but I would like to. But so far, I feel like manga and your basic comics is the best way for me to go right now until I up my skills. And plus, manga is just more fun, I think.
Yeah, manga is more fun. I think it's really a matter of preference, right? So Shereice feels like manga is a bit more fun right now, so that's why she's like making manga. All right, we have another question from Stars team. Is it okay to have a pretty weird art style for my manga? I mean, what classifies as weird. You know, I mean, if you consider like Oda's art style for One Piece weird, then it's not weird at all. It's actually pretty cool. All art styles are cool, you guys. I think as long as it fits the story that you want to tell, and as long as it fits like the characters and just the overall theme of your story, then it's not weird. It makes sense. As long as it makes sense for your story, then you're cool. Okay, there's nothing. I personally don't think there's such a thing as weird art style, but that's um a matter of perspective. It's a matter of opinion. So what could be weird for me could be couldn't be weird for other people. So yeah, but I think all art styles are valid. So but Shereice, what do you think is your take on that then? On like weird, quote unquote, weird art styles for manga?
I feel like, pick a style that you want. You can be inspired, by your favorite artist online or your professionals and take inspiration from that. That way you can improve and then like you can, develop your own sense of style. No matter how weird it is, it's your art style. Do what you want with it. As long as you can tell a good story with it.
Yeah. Spitfire Maze? Sorry if I'm saying that right. Spitfire asks, so the motive of Lucha Libre is super cool. Is that just a crossing of passions, or does the mask motive have something to do with underlying themes or anything like that? Ooh.
Ooh. It's all the above. Because, like, with my manga and Lucha Libre in general, like, if the original mask wearer, let's say the late great Rey Mysterio Sr., rest his soul, he passed on his mask to his nephew, Rey Mysterio Jr., Rey Mysterio from WWE. So I feel like that storyline and legacy definitely comes into play with my manga because it's about tradition and family and lucha, 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 lucha. Hopefully I answered that right. If not, I
yeah. Spitfire, if you want to follow up, you could always ask in the chat again. All right, and we also have another one of our students in chat. Slippy just joined the program and really enjoying my first week. So much to learn. Welcome, Slippy. Thank you so much for joining the program, and thank you so much for joining us today. It's always great to have fellow students in the chat. Shereice says hi.
I was raising my hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shereice raising her hand. Right.
Someone had a question, so I think it's a Yumu Emmy. They asked, I heard there is a Texas ban on manga and anime. Can I still make a manga? What's wrong with Texas?
I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with Texas. This is the first time I'm hearing about that.
I feel like if you can post it online, I say yes. Or, I don't want to pull a SpongeBob and Patrick. Get out of dumb Texas. I know those are fighting words, but you know what? I'm wearing a mask. Let's get in the ring.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you can definitely still make manga, Emmy. I'm not sure what the circumstances are in Texas, but like there's still freedom of speech as far as I know. So you can post whatever you want and you can make whatever you want. So yeah, definitely you can make manga. Okay, I think it's safe to say, hopefully. I'm not aware of what's going on in Texas or what's going on in the US right now, but I'm pretty sure you can still make manga. All right. We have another question from future manga artist. Okay. Do you think drawing on paper and pencil is still drawing? Okay. So I think what they're trying to ask is drawing with paper and pencil as opposed to drawing on Clip Studio Paint as good? I guess so. I think they're trying to ask like what's the difference between like drawing with paper and pencil and drawing on digitally on CSP.
Yeah. Me personally, I have a lot better control with traditional than I do with, digital. I mean, so far with digital, I'm doing okay, but let's face it, traditional is just more sexier.
All right. What else? Okay, we have another question. If you could, from Eternosphere, if you could go back in time and create a manga before someone else did, what would you choose? Ooh, so like an existing manga?
Mm.
Like a popular manga? Oh yeah, go on, Shereice. Oh, I see
I
your
was like,
cat. Hello, cat.
hey, Pouncy. I can't move right now because I don't want to pop someone's ears. Um, who should I pick? Hmm. I know I'm not him, but I'm gonna say Toriyama. Like Dragon Ball,
Dragon
just
Ball, yeah.
yeah,
You wish you came up with Dragon Ball.
yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Ball's cool. Dragon Ball's cool. All right. Okay, so a quick question about the program. Mangaka say asks, can I ask, is there a way we can make a space for younger artists who are serious about this because I'm 14 and I'm about to publish my manga. Okay, so Mangaka say we don't accept anyone who's under 18 or any minors because okay, I'm a bit distracted by the cat. That's so cute. But okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Counter.
sorry, we don't take in anyone who's under 18 because the program is a serious program and the mentors give serious critique, right? It's like they don't hold back when they give critique. And often it's I don't want to say harsh, but it's harsh, right? Like if you can't expect to receive like harsh critique, especially if you need it, right? Because at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, the mentors give critique because you need the critique if you want to get better. And sometimes people who are older and more mature are better equipped to handle harsh critique, right? So that's why we just want to accept people who are a bit more mature and are older, like 18 and above, because I feel like they're better again, they're better equipped to handle the harsh critique, right? All right. Who else? Does anyone else have questions? Okay, Slippy asks, how did you balance drilling exercises and learning the basics to eventually start drawing your own manga? Like how long did it take you to achieve your style and get that flow for creating your own manga?
Counter. Uh, I want to say like if I have like time, I'll just put on YouTube and listen to some like Jet Set Radio videos. Then I start to develop characters, and I start. I mean, I'm not going to be perfect when I say this, but I'm just if I have time, I'll work on it. But I always have time to work on it, so like I put on videos to help me focus and lock in more. So I start on character designs, and if I need to like do like practice shots, I'll draw a yonkama, put my characters in situations, or like I said, I'll work on some homework and see if I can put it into play and like play with perspective and uh, drawing muscles to like help with proportions and yeah, I think that's it. Sorry if that was not the answer you're looking for, but
Mm-mm, mm-mm. All right, all right. So, what? Okay, Ellie asks, "What do you make your manga on? Like, what do you use?" Cherise.
oh, I use Medibang.
Okay. I mean, you can use Medibang, Ellie, but some of our students also use Clip Studio, and some of our students also use Photoshop. So yeah, whatever floats your boat. Is it better to publish on Viz or Webtoon? Because my editor also doesn't know. So Viz, um, not just anybody can publish on Viz.
Mm-hmm.
I think Webtoon, it's more free access, I guess, if you want to upload. But I'm personally not aware of what the publishing process is like in Webtoon. I feel like they're a bit more particular with uh the comics that go up on Webtoon, but I think there's also like a creators platform for Webtoon for anyone who wants to post their work anytime. So I don't know. I think you just really just do your research. I'm not personally aware about what the mechanics are for Webtoon, but for Viz, you're gonna have to like audition, quote unquote, like submit your work, for it to submit your work to Viz, and that's when you'll know, okay, is it good to be published, right? THC asks, is it okay to use Ibis Paint for now when it comes to illustrating a manga? I'm not personally familiar with Ibis Paint. Shereice, are you familiar with Ibis Paint?
No, but I think I've seen a few artists use it, so I think you're good. It can be like whatever program or traditional. As long as you can do it, hi Pouncer, you're able to draw yourself some manga or comics or, webtoons.
All right. So I think we have time for one or two more questions. So if you have if you have any question for Shereice, let me know. All right. Eternosphere says Ibis Paint crashes if you have too many layers and it won't save. So that's something to keep in mind, THC. All right. What would you use for drawing your manga digitally and why? I think Shereice already mentions that she uses Medibang feature. So, all right. Slippy asks, Shereice, do you do script writing or is it mostly storyboarding for creating your stories?
I mostly do storyboarding first, and I do script writing. I need to get in the habit of script writing, but writing can be, not as fun as drawing. But I have to learn to balance the both of them.
I think it's up to you. Like you said, right, Shereice, like writing
That is
isn't as
true.
fun. So I think if you don't like writing and you feel like you're more productive and you feel like you work better with just going straight into the storyboard, that's fine as well. Again, the process is up to you, whatever you prefer and whatever like gets you more motivated to making manga and is easier for you just overall, then that's okay.
That is true.
Yeah. All right, and last question. All right, from future manga artists, what's the best way to come up with ideas for a story?
I say, well, as a fan of, I guess just watch what you like, read what you like, whatever it is, music, video games. Eventually, your ideas will play into your head. And as soon as they do, like write them down or, make a rough draft, a storyboard, if you will. That way you can come back to it and develop it where maybe something better, will pop up. That's what I do.
Yeah, inspiration can spark from anywhere, you guys. So I think it's just a matter of like grabbing onto it and like keeping it for for later, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's about all the time we have today for questions. All right. So, you guys, if you're still here, I would highly encourage you guys to go ahead and check out Shereice's art pages. All right. Go ahead and give her a follow. Check out her stuff. She also has some of her art posted on her Instagram and on her Twitter. So make sure to check her out after this live. And that said, Shereice, do you have any like last words, parting words for our audience today?
Definitely want to apologize again for the popping, and I hope if I watch this, it won't hurt my ears, but we'll see. And definitely don't wait. Definitely work on your stuff. Take inspiration. I encourage to expand your horizons and be inspired by others, because that's what I'm doing. Save yourself. The mental anguish of regretting it later.
Yeah, because better late than never, right? Again, like Shereice said earlier, now or never. It's now or never. And if you don't want to regret not doing anything and not starting, then just start then. If you want to avoid regret, then just go ahead and do it. So yeah, thank you so much for your time today, Shereice. I hope you guys learned a lot from Shereice, and I hope you guys took inspiration from the conversation today, and I hope it's motivated you to keep going, or if you haven't started, I hope it's motivated you to actually start making manga yourselves, right? So I think that's the last thing that I want to leave you guys with today, right? So what will you be tomorrow if you start today? Okay, that's something that our coaches in the program always asks our students, like, if you don't start now, then you're never going to start. So one way you can push yourself is to ask yourself, okay, what will you be tomorrow if you start today? There are so many possibilities. If you actually start making manga today, you never know, maybe a couple of months down the line you've already like finished a couple of one shots, or maybe you finished a couple of yonkomas. I don't know, it's up to you. It that will But that's only possible if you actually start and if you actually take action today. Okay, so you can do it, you guys, if you just take the leap. All right, and if you need more help, or if you feel like you need guidance and mentorship to help keep you accountable and like keep you focused and on your journey, then you can also apply to our program, in the link in the description, or you can also check out our website to learn more about the program. All right, so yeah, make sure to look out for our upcoming events. We have a 2-page manga workshop coming up next week. So if you want to sign up to that workshop, you can go ahead and check out our community tab and go ahead and check out the sign up link for that. And yeah, we also have an upcoming critiquing session with Yazawa Sensei live on the YouTube channel in July. So we'll be opening up submissions for that real soon. So yeah, mangaka say the 2-page manga workshop, you're going to be making your 2-page manga live on the spot during the session. So we won't be accepting submissions because you're going to be making your manga with our coaches. All right, so yeah, lots of exciting stuff in store for the channel this month and next month. So please like and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications if you want to be notified for our upcoming events. All right, thank you so much, you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and see you again at our next live. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy a new mic.
All right, goodbye, you guys. Thank you so much for your time. All right.